Hey everybody, it is 3:40 in the morning and I'm going to sleep soon, and it's time for me to take my daily shot of blackstrap molasses. That is what I'm doing this month. So many people have suggested this under my first period video, including a couple of people in the medical field. Suggested blackstrap molasses to prevent any cramping once my period comes. So this month I've been swallowing a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses every day, and I'm about to do it right now. It is unsulfured, organic, and it's supposed to be a good source, well, an excellent source of calcium and magnesium, and a good source of potassium. So that's why it's supposed to be good for PMS and period pain. It's just really gross. It's very thick and syrupy. Obviously it's molasses, but the taste is also like so I poured myself some cranberry juice to help wash it down. Before I was drinking chocolate milk, but it was like too kind of similar in flavor, so I need the cranberry juice to just like completely get rid of the taste. So this is how much I'm gonna swallow. I have to like sniff it before I put it in my mouth, just to remind myself of how terrible it is, so I could kind of like prepare myself. I need to hold my nose. It's only my second day. The cranberry juice works so better. And it's so much better at washing it down than the chocolate milk did. But oh my god, I didn't even gag like that the first time. Jesus. I think I took like way too big of a swallow. Hey everybody. It is currently 7 days until my period. I've been taking I was about to call it Epsom salt. I've been taking the blackstrap molasses for, let's see if it's 7 days. I think I started taking it when it was like 15 days. Nah. I think I've had it like 6 or 7 times. I just had my daily dose. I started taking it in the morning after like the second night. At first I was taking it like right before bed, but it is supposed to be kind of like a energy booster. So I felt like it would be better to start my day off with it. Every time I drink it, I'm just like, I don't have to do this again for another 24 hours. Oh my god. The taste never gets any easier to taste, but I feel like it's a lot easier now for me to get it down quickly. Because before I would kind of just hold it in my mouth and just like be struggling to swallow it, but now I kind of just like in 3 swallows I got it down. Way better than like the video I showed you guys where I did it on one big swallow and then I gagged. So no more gagging. But yeah, I would describe the taste. I said on Twitter that I would describe the taste as like if you left a Pepsi out for like a week and it got completely flat and was like room temperature, and then you like pour some salt in it, and then it was like the consistency of syrup. That's what it tastes like. Anywho, I wanted to show you guys these organic pads that I got. I wasn't able still to get any from Honey Pot. Is that what it's called? I keep forgetting. The black owned company that sells organic pads. I still haven't been able to get any from there, but somebody on Twitter tweeted about these pads because apparently they're only $6 a case, and they're organic and also black owned. And so I just went ahead and got them because I wanted some organic pads and they were cheap. Even though now that they're here, I realize there's only 8 pads in a container. I got 2, so that's enough for me. But yeah, I got the heavy flow ones, and they're Jewel pads. That's the brand, Jewel. So I got the heavy flow ones. I'll show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, they shipped in literally 3 days. Like, I ordered them one day and they were here 3 days later. So this is what they look like. Really cute, neat packaging. It says 3D suspension with wings to prevent leaks. Soft cotton top layer provides ultimate comfort. Nobel Prize winning. Ooh. Air laid to prevent leaks. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I'm gonna try these out. I'm not gonna really do a review on them until I've used them for a few months, because you know, the first time you use them, nothing is really gonna be different. You got to give it some time, but I'm gonna definitely let you guys know. Also, something else I've been thinking about is the fact that whenever I try new methods to prevent period pain, I never I'm always trying to see if they work, so I never combine them with any other methods that have previously worked for me, which would probably work better than just it by itself. So I think this month, even though I'm taking the blackstrap molasses for the first time and I want to see if it can work on its own, I'm still gonna I think I might take a few Epsom salt baths, like maybe 4 days before my period comes, start taking Epsom salt baths. Really quick, guys, I wanted to add something that I didn't tell you before. Right now is currently the night before my period is due. I just took my tablespoon, actually a little more than a tablespoon of the molasses, and I forgot to tell you guys that you should drink something that is high in vitamin C with it, because it helps process the iron. I think it just helps. So I've been drinking a little bit of orange juice with a little bit of my raw cranberry juice that I showed you guys in the last period vlog. So that's what I always chase it with, and I've gotten so good with this. I can easily now just pour my tablespoon and just and not have to sit here and dread it the whole time, and it just be like I've gotten so good. And actually for the past 3 days I've been taking 2 tablespoons a day, one when I wake up and one before I go to sleep. So tomorrow is the day. We're gonna see if blackstrap molasses is really what people say it is. Hey everybody, Today is day 2 of my period. It came yesterday, which was only a day late. I think it was like 2 or 3 days late last month. Um, so yeah, today is day 2. And before I get into like what the experience was on day 1, I want to talk about 2 things that were like really significant to me. So the first thing is that when my period first started, it didn't start the way it normally does. And I actually talked to somebody on Twitter, another woman on Twitter. We were talking about that because, as you guys know, I'm very open about my period problems. And so what she said like really like made me smile. So basically, I normally get like dark brown discharge and dark brown spotting in the beginning for like a few days up until my period starts. Or it can start as early as like a week or so before my period starts. That's how it's been starting for probably 4 years. This period started with bright red blood. So when I pointed that out and I told her how I was taking the blackstrap molasses this month, she told me that the blackstrap seemed to be kind of affecting whatever it is inside my body that was causing my blood to be stagnant. I like never thought about it that way. Like I knew that the dark blood was old. I knew that I always had old blood in the beginning of my period for some reason, but I didn't realize that that meant it was stagnant. So yeah, basically she was just like, yeah, so now your period is starting with new blood instead of old blood. That's good. I'm like, damn, that is good. The other thing before I describe my day 1 experience is that today is day 2 and I don't have any pain today. So that also makes me feel like the molasses is already somehow starting to reverse whatever it is that has made me have these debilitating cramps, because everything that I experience now or this year or last year, it didn't start off that way. You know, this thing started off very small and short, and it just gradually became more and more symptoms and more pain, you know. So I didn't start experiencing pain on both day 1 and day 2 until like 2 years ago. So the fact that I'm now going back, like reverting back to when it only was the first day, is amazing to me. You know, women who have fibroids have said that the molasses shrunk their fibroids. And even though I don't know for sure, that's kind of what I've always figured was my issue, is that I have fibroids because every other woman in my family has had them. And even though I did the vaginal ultrasound and everything and they didn't see any fibroids, my aunt, like, she felt like it could just be that they were too small to pick up on the ultrasound or whatever. But, you know, that's just the thing that makes the most sense to me. Like, as far as endometriosis, that's the first thing that everybody suggests, but I literally don't have any of the other, like, I know a lot of women who have endometriosis and they experience pain all month and they experience bleeding like randomly, and that's, you know, that's not my experience at all. So I just really don't feel like it's endo. But anywho, I digress. So yeah, I only, you know, they say to take the black strap for a few months and you'll notice results. And I only took it for the past 2 weeks. And I feel like I'm already seeing really good results, especially like the, you know, the fact that I'm not having pain on day 2. All right, so now I'm gonna talk about how day 1 went. I was doing a lot yesterday, so I didn't film in the moment. But I will say that the first like half of day 1 was pretty cool. Like I started bleeding like when I woke up, and I didn't really have any cramping yet until a few hours later. And then once I did start cramping, I didn't have my debilitating cramps. So that was a good thing because that meant that the black strap did help. Um, I did have cramping and pain that was not so bad at first. I was still like walking around. I was able to walk around and everything all day and do stuff, but it would just like start to get to me after a while. But I noticed that it didn't really like get to that point until nighttime when I was like trying to go to sleep. That's when the pain was like kind of really bothersome. Um, for some reason, throughout the day when I was doing stuff, like not being active, but just like, oh, I talked to my brother and sister on the phone for like 3 hours. The whole time I was talking to them, I was fine. Then I played my game for a couple of hours. The whole time I was playing my video game, I was fine. Then I packaged some orders. I was good. It was like as soon as I stopped doing stuff or like talking or anything, that's when it was like I wasn't distracted from the pain anymore. So yeah, it did get pretty bothersome last night when I was trying to go to sleep, but obviously not bothersome enough to prevent me from sleeping because I still got my 8 hours. And when I woke up, I felt fine. So that has been my experience for the first period after getting on blackstrap molasses. And originally I was only gonna take it um, every day for a week in the days leading up to my period. Now I feel like I'm probably just gonna take it every single day, period. Because it is a supplement, and it's good for you. And I think that I will have even better results next month if I continue to take it every day. So I'll let you guys know in the July period vlog how that works. I'm not gonna do the review on I'm using the organic pads right now, but I'm not gonna do a review on them until the August period vlog. I want to like use it for like 3 months before I review those. All right, so today is the last day of my period, which means that my period was a day shorter this month than it normally is. It's been 6 days long for like the past 2 years. So before that it was 7. But yeah, it was 5 days this month. So that's another good sign. So yeah, I'm gonna keep taking my black strap every single day. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more Epsom salt too, so I could like do both and see how that goes. But overall, I'm like actually kind of excited. I feel like as far as reversing whatever condition it is that I have, if I have one, or just reversing whatever is going on inside my body, I think the black strap has already shown like some really early signs of doing that, really significant signs. So yeah, I'm gonna keep taking it. Of course, I'll be back next month so you guys can see the difference between what it was like taking blackstrap for 2 weeks and then what it was like for taking it. What it was like taking it for 6 weeks. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I haven't had a debilitating period in about 3 months. Yeah. like 3 months. So just that in itself, like I've had painful periods, but I haven't had any debilitating ones. So, and these last two have been like normal periods. I can walk around and I can do stuff and not be dying all day. So I feel like things are finally starting to get better for me. So we'll see. Um, Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified when I post another video. You want to keep seeing period vlogs. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.